live. All right, welcome. Here we go. Thanks for joining YouTube. Got a couple other platforms on here. Double tap the screen or give this video a like, no matter what platform you're watching. I promise to provide enough free quality information to justify you clicking that like button, I promise. So what I'm gonna do on this live, I'm gonna introduce myself, and I'm going to talk about the market, what my thoughts on what the market's gonna do in 2022 and 2023. Then I'm gonna do a giveaway. And then the meat of it is I'm gonna give you 5 free lead sources, the meat sandwich. Gonna give you 5 lead sources. A couple of them free, a couple of them paid minimally, but how to get super discounted distressed properties. We're gonna buy 300 houses this year and wholesale most of them, so I'm gonna show you the sources we use and you should use as your new investor, a bonus, and then we're gonna do Q&A. So this is gonna be a packed live with packed information. Get the ball rolling. Again, give this video a like and a share if you have any friends that are interested in real estate investing. I promise to bring my end of this to you. You may ask why I give away so much free information, because I like helping. My business are to the point where I can do things like this and help people and show people the path to financial freedom through real estate, through my proven methods. So let me introduce myself, then we'll get the ball rolling. Let me know where you're from in the chat box, whether you're watching the live or the recording. It really just helps the algorithm, and I would appreciate it. I'm taking a half an hour of my day to help make you smarter. All right, my name is Sam. I'm a real estate investor. I own a house buying company, Faster House. We flip 250 to 300 houses a year. Where did I come up with those numbers? We bought 252 houses last year, majority wholesaled, and then some we rehabbed, and we're on pace to buy over 300 this year. So we do a lot, and it's all in one market. So I know this down, how to do this. I know the nitty-gritty down to the street of how to get deals. So that's why today I'm going to talk about 5 lead sources, those lead sources that we use, my students use, and other investors around the country use to buy deals in their market and to buy deals virtually. If you're in California and you want to buy deals in Indianapolis, or if you're in New York and you want to buy deals in Memphis, this is how you do it. Then I'm going to give a bonus giveaway again, and then we're going to do some Q&A. So this is going to be a packed live. I also own a $40 million rental portfolio that I bought without using. Guess how much money I used for that $40 million rental portfolio of mine? 0. I literally own $40 million worth of real estate that I bought without using any of my own money. The only thing I've used my own money for is this building you're in. We had to put money down on the purchase, not the rehab. The building that I'm in, I guess you're watching. This is a 25,000 square foot office building. Me and a couple partners went in on this. We had to come out of pocket a little bit, but this is an office building. If you're talking apartments, storage, and single family rentals, I've done all that, $40 million worth without using any of my own money. So that's why I'm up here, and I would like to get you to wherever you want to be, where you can be up here teaching people as well. So that's what we're going to do. So let's do market thoughts first. So 2022 RE market. So what are your thoughts on the market? Throw it in the chat box. Put it out there. I'll let you know my thoughts. So your options in the chat box. You can put a sentence, but say you think it's going to go up, you think it's going to go down, or you think it's going to remain flat. Either way, just let me know your thoughts in the chat box as to what the market's going to do. As you can't see, I like interaction. I want this to be a two-way conversation, even though I'm the only one talking. So anyways, let's talk about what the market has done and what it's going to do. So the market so far this year up to this point has pretty much shot off. And then right now, it is kind of teetering. And some people think the market is going to continue to go up. Some people think the market's going to remain flat, as I said, and some people think it's going to crash. So those are your options. So that's kind of what people are kind of thinking is going to happen, which I get and understand. However, it's not going to do this one. It has probably a 20% chance of going up more and probably an 80% chance of remaining flat or down. I used to think that it was going to remain up for a long time. There we go, get you guys going. I used to think it was going to remain up for a long time, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I think we're going to remain flat, but it's a good thing. So I guess my prediction is going to be that the market is going to kind of remain flat with a slight dip over this year and next year. Nothing crazy. A crash, which a lot of people call for, is something that Instagram's acting crazy weird. We're not on Instagram anywhere else, are we? Anyways, a crash is a 10% dip over a 12-month period. It's not going to do that in very many markets. Let me know where you're from in the chat box if you haven't, and double tap that screen and share this live. I think it's going to remain flat to soften a little bit, but that's a good thing. Let me explain why you can make more long-term wealth in the next 2 years than you could in the prior 2 years. Let me repeat that. I think in the next 2 years, while the market is soft or flat, you're going to be able to make more money than you were able to make in the past 2 years investing in real estate. That giveaway I mentioned and promised earlier, just DM me on Instagram. Just type the word free training. I'll send you a note with some free things and the free training link directly in Instagram. So just DM me on Instagram if you want that free training, or just go to the link below. If you're on YouTube, in the description, it's freerentalwebinar.com. It's a free 20-minute webinar where I talk about how to find deals, how to fund deals, and how to do it in your own backyard or virtually in other people's backyards in a different city or state. Super valuable 20-minute training that will allow you to create wealth and give you the tools to go take action. Obviously, there's more steps after that, but the free training allows you to take action. So check out, do that free training, freerentalwebinar.com, or just DM me on Instagram. Check out below as well as it scrolls across. All right, so that's what I think the market's going to do. Let me explain how you're going to make more money in the next 2 years than you did in the last 2 years. So over the last 2 years, a ton of people have got in the real estate investing space, which is great. I love it. People are trying to create more freedom. By the way, after this, I'm going to get into the 5 lead sources that you need. Number 5 is going along with a bonus. It's kind of a software that you can find deals, an app that will help you find deals, and you could find a deal for free because I'm going to give you some free deal credits as well as a free trial to it. And then the free trial you can cancel if you don't like, or you can spend a little bit amount of money and buy a lot of deals. Like I'm talking, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, stay tuned for number 5, but you know, we'll go through all those. So in the last 2 years, a ton of people got in the space, which is great, right? However, a lot of people don't know what they're doing. They didn't follow people like me and other great people out there that, you know, I'm not the only one. There's a ton of people putting out good content. They think, I can do it on my own. I don't need that D-bag up there in front of the screen. I can do it by myself. And that's fine, and they made money, but they didn't do it right. So they bought a house too high. They spent too much money in the rehab. They went overtime, you know, and they bought a house and they screwed it up. But they still made 20 grand because the market carried them. A 3-month rehab took 9 months, but in those 9 months, the house went up 15% in value. So their ARV of 300, they sold it for 360, and they think they're studs, but they're not. It just happened because, and they got lucky, the market had some tailwind for them and helped them. So those people invested inefficiently, and they think they know it all, but they don't. So what's going to happen, and what's happening now, is those people are in the middle of a rehab, and when they sell, hopefully they don't lose money. Hopefully they break even or make a little bit of money, but they're going to spend all that time and effort and not make as much money because the market didn't carry them. So those people are going to exit the space. And if you do things the right way, buy right, rehab right, have a list of sellers, rehab it, go to the right banks, it's going to be fine. A 1 or 2, 3, 4% drop in house values is not a big deal at all for real estate investors. Shoot, the interest rates going up isn't a big deal because if you don't go to small local banks, their interest rates are still pretty good. So if you know what you're doing, you can make a ton of money the next 2 years, and you will, because the competition will be less. People will come in the space, it'll be harder, or they wouldn't have not made money, and they're going to leave. So there's going to be just as many deals out there. The supply is so low, people still pass away, people still go into foreclosure, people still go into bankruptcy, people still move their parents, people still lose their jobs. All those things happen to find distressed properties. I'm going to show you how in a minute. That still is going to happen over the next 2 years, but the competition is going to be less. So if you know what you're doing, you follow my TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of them, whichever one's your favorite 3, just follow me on those. You don't have to follow me on something you're never on. If you're never on Twitter, don't follow me there. But if you're on Twitter more than Instagram, go follow me on Twitter, @SamFasterFreedom. So follow me on the platforms, get my free trainings that I give out every single month, my free webinars. I obviously have mentorship, but that's fine. If you want it, great. If not, no big deal. I mean, it is changing people's lives. We're creating millionaires every month. But if you just want the free stuff, I get it, and I have a lot of that more than anybody. All right, market's going to be okay. Push through. You'll be able to make more money because you're going to know what you're doing, because you're going to be following me. All right, now, again, that free training, just DM me on Instagram, free training. That's it. Super great way to just get a free 20 minutes, you know, this evening while you're drinking a Tito's or smoking a cigar. You can just spend 20 minutes and learn it. All right, here we go. So the top 5 lead sources to find distressed properties. 1's my favorite. 5 has a free trial, but the three in between are powerful as well. We're going to buy over 300 houses this year, 300 single-family houses this year. I'm also going to buy some apartments and storage and things like that. But let's focus on single families, but a lot of this applies to all of them. So we know what we're doing. And over 100 of those 300 houses we're going to buy this year come from lead source number 1. So if you want to buy real estate, and you want to get good deals, but you're busy, right? Most of you, I know all my followers, a lot of them invest in real estate, a lot of them are starting or want to, but they don't have a ton of time. What do you have, an extra 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week maximum? If you're working a little bit on weekends and evenings, use that time efficiently by following my stuff. That's my goal, is to help you take kind of your limited spare time, utilize that properly, so that sooner than later you can have unlimited spare time. And that's what you do. That's what efficiency is. That's what leverage is. So leverage my knowledge and leverage what I'm about to show you to do more with less time, so then you have more time. You getting those circles I'm drawing? All right. So the number one source that we use to buy houses, you should buy houses, is dramatic effect, wholesalers. So why don't you let somebody else do all the hard work? Who are wholesalers? We're going to talk about the who, where, and why of all these sources. Who are wholesalers? Wholesalers are people, they're salesmen, they're saleswomen, they're aggressive, they go out and they find deals. They spend money on marketing. They negotiate, they meet sellers, they analyze the deal, they get it as cheap as possible, and they mark it up and sell it to you. Which, who cares if you're buying it at your price and your number? Who cares if they make $1,000 or $50,000? Because they do. It doesn't matter. You run your numbers. You offer where you need to be. They did all the hard work. They spent the marketing dollars. They spent the time. They built the rapport with the seller. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is find wholesalers, and they will bring you deals. And there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of wholesalers in every market. We buy over 100 houses a year from wholesalers, meaning they bought it super cheap, marked it up to us. We bought it. They made money, and a lot of times we sell it again to someone else and still make money on it. So that's how deep good wholesalers buy deals. So find wholesalers. So that's the who. Where do you find wholesalers? You find wholesalers on your local real estate investing Facebook groups. Most of them are between 5 and 25,000 members. I'm in a lot of them around the country. I push my YouTube videos there. But every single state and most major or even mid-level city has real estate investing Facebook groups. Now, contractors hang out there, hard money lenders hang out there, private money lenders hang out there, wholesalers hang out there, real estate agents hang out there, and a bunch of less, I don't know, I'm not going to use this, a kid-friendly show, but not a great, there's a few people on there that aren't super nice and are scammy. You'll figure out who those are quickly. But if you join 5 Facebook groups today in your local market and you watch all of them, you spend 2 minutes on a Facebook group a day. So 5 Facebook groups, 10 minutes a day for the next 30 days, you will figure out which groups are the best and which people are the best. And then just pick 2. Then just pick 2 Facebook groups and just stay in those, get rid of the other ones, it's all noise, and just stick to the 2 you like. Ask questions and find wholesalers there. Someone will post a property, hey, I got this property at XX address, message me or email me or let me know if you're interested. And then you will see literally 20, if not 100 people below will say, I'm looking to buy, and email me the deal. So you'll see who the active buyers are, the active sellers are, all on those Facebook groups. So that's one place to find them. The second place, spoiler alert, number 3, is those little bandit signs on the side of the roads that say, we buy houses, we buy ugly houses. Those are wholesalers. Every single one you see, be safe. If you're driving, stop the car, pull over, intersection, take a picture of it, and call them up or text them. Those are all wholesalers. I would say 90% of those people with those signs never close on a deal. They need people like you to close on deals with money. Next week, we're going to talk about how to find money, but right now we're talking about how to find deals, because the old adage, chicken and egg, deals or money first, it's yes, both at the same time. So wholesalers, you can find them in local Facebook groups, bandit signs, and just Google them. If you're in St. Louis and you Google, St. Louis real estate wholesaler or, a house buying company or professional house real estate investors, Faster House will probably pop up. And like I said, we buy 300 houses a year and we wholesale them all out at prices that work for people, or we wouldn't sell them. So people here locally, you can find a big company or individuals, but either way, wholesalers are out there, super easy to find. Will you find the best wholesalers in the world in 2 days? No, but work on it for 30 days like I just said. Facebook groups, bandit signs, Google, and go to your local real estate investing meetups. That's where active wholesalers are. Go to meetup.com. Our one in St. Louis is incredible. Come out anytime, it's free if you come from around the country. If you travel outside the state, it's free for you. So come on in or just join your local one. So those are 4 incredible places to find unlimited amounts of wholesalers. They're not all gonna mesh with you, but spend 30 days doing those 4 things and you will, I promise, have at least 5 quality wholesalers that will end up bringing you deals in the next few months. So a little bit of effort and you're gonna get an endless supply of deals, because if you treat the wholesaler right, they make money, they're gonna keep coming back to you. We call it the gravy train. When I was buying houses a little more actively, I bought 15 houses from one wholesaler. So that one wholesaler I built a relationship with, I bought 15 houses. That's literally millions of dollars in my pocket over the next several years because I built a relationship. So go find wholesalers, number one option. Number two, again, if you missed it earlier, share this group with anybody that is, share this live with anybody interested in real estate, and DM me on Instagram for my free training. I send it directly on Instagram, the link. It's not a malicious link. Instagram sometimes says it is. I put, it's your settings on your phone. I put it in there, it's not, I promise. It's freerentalwebinar.com, or just DM me, I'll send you a message. But that's some free training that I'm giving away. And number 5 on here, I guess I should show you how many I'm gonna do. Number 5 on here has a bonus that I'm going to give away. Not the free training, an actual valuable bonus that has value to it on number 5. All right, number 2, you might wonder what RE agents are. That's real estate agents. Similar to wholesalers, real estate agents are in houses every day. However, 100% of what wholesalers do are distressed real estate investing properties. I would say 10% of what real estate agents do is investing wholesale properties. 90% of what agents do is they find houses or find sellers or buyers that are in a retail ready, perfect move-in house. Like, it's a perfect house that's ready to be moved into. You don't want it, you're not gonna get it cheap enough, don't even go down that, bark up that tree, whatever that saying is. So, however, 10% of what agents do is related to real estate investing because it's a distressed property, the seller needs to move quickly, they're going through a divorce, it's a hoarder house, whatever it is, they come across these houses too, and there's a lot more agents than wholesalers. So there's probably 500 or probably 300 wholesalers in your market, and there's probably 5,000 real estate agents in your market. So agents, there's a lot of them. A lot of them don't know real estate, but there are some out there. So you're gonna find the real estate investing. So that's who they are. You know who agents are. The where is, you're gonna find them similar places. Just look up, real estate brokerages, Keller Williams, Berkshire Hathaway, some smaller ones. You'll see them, billboards, or Google them, and just call them and look them up. And yes, you have to do work to make this happen, but it's free. Ask for agents that deal with investors or investing type properties. Guess what? The investment type real estate agents go to your local meetups. Guess what? The investment type agents hang out at the local real estate investing Facebook groups. They don't put bandit signs on the road because that's illegal, because they need their MLS number and phone number and address, all that stuff. So that they don't do bandit signs, but as far as finding agents, you're gonna find the real estate investing friendly ones at your local meetups and your Facebook groups, as well as just calling around and networking, letting people you know. Similarly, they will find a deal and they have the deal for you, and they make their money on what the seller pays. So you don't even pay for the markup. The seller, will pay them, and you can offer them dual agency, and that means when an agent sells a $300,000 house, they get paid 3% of that, or $6,000. And then the buying agent gets paid the other half, the other $6,000. So that $12,000 comes out of the seller's pocket, and buying agent gets half, selling agent gets half. You don't need them. Give them both sides of it. So that $200,000 house, they're gonna make double the commission because you're not getting paid. You don't need to get paid, you just need to buy it at your number. It's kind of a little extra tip to say, hey, you can represent both sides of this deal, and then I'll be able to, win-win for you. I take the deal off your hands that would have been impossible to sell, you get paid double, and everybody wins. So that is some agent talk. And then just how to talk to them. Just let them know you're interested in investing. Don't BS them. A lot of them like to deal with new investors because they think you pay more maybe, or they want to help you out. Regardless, wholesalers and agents would gladly deal with you. Just make sure you know your numbers and have your funding lined up. If you've never done a deal, they don't care. They probably think that they're going to be able to upcharge you, which you won't if you follow my TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just follow me on whichever your favorite 3 platforms are, and I'll teach you kind of how to negotiate. I have thousands of hours of YouTube stuff and Instagram, and TikTok, and I'm doing longer TikTok. So anyways, those are your top 2 free lead sources. Top 2 free, let me see that sheet of paper, Jay. Those top 2 free lead sources to find deals. And here's my notes for the live. So anyways, and then the third one, I kind of hinted on earlier, but you don't have to just deal with wholesalers and agents, and this is Facebook. Now, I'm going to go next level. I'm not just going to say join the Facebook group. So let me kind of start there, and then we'll weave down to some kind of next level ninja type stuff you can do. That's my ninja kick. Anyways, if you haven't, double tap the screen, like this video. Feel like I'm giving a lot of really good, what's up? And the YouTube video below, I just dropped it yesterday, or Tuesday. It's about my 12-unit apartment complex I bought with none of my own money. Before, afters, it's 3 years old, and how much it appraised for. It's a great video. It dives really deep into how to find a 12-unit apartment complex and buy it. So check that out if you're interested later or right now and come back. Regardless, what? Good. So yeah, throw that. Yeah, I'll answer some questions and then we'll talk about Facebook. I like that. So any questions on here? What if there's no local real estate investing meetup? That's okay. Where's your market, Wilson? There should be. Go to meetup.com or Eventbrite. If it's a really small market, there might not be. Go to your local biggest market. If a market has 50,000 people in it or more, there's going to be one. Or start one, or virtually attend one in another market. A lot of them stream virtually. So just get out there, and wherever you're going to invest, there's an online or virtual one. Any other questions? Is there a difference between state-approved residential offer to purchase agreement? Yes. So throw some questions in. I'll continue to answer those. But yes, so there's a difference. Your contractor you're going to want to use, an agent will provide or a wholesaler should provide for you. If you're wanting to wholesale, then you're going to have to get your own, but there's a ton of them out there. Agents or wholesalers will let you use theirs. It's a super friendly space. Throw more questions and I'll get to. But all right, on to Facebook. And give this video a like if you haven't. I mentioned that earlier, but come on now. It's a lot of free information. So Facebook, of course, you're going to find deals 3 different ways on Facebook. I guess, of course, you might not know that. The first way, this is the way I talked about, is local Facebook groups, but there's 2 other ways you're probably not thinking of that you will get free deals. Double tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Give a thumbs up if you haven't. Throw a comment in there. Let me know where you're from. All right, so the first way is those local Facebook groups. Join them, meet people, connect, keep the scammy D-bags away, but general, that's where good investors still do hang out. Facebook is the platform for real estate investors to kind of hang out together. So you're going to get deals there, post there, be active, say what you're looking for, get on people's buyers list, do that. That's pretty self-explanatory. The second way is post about it on your personal Facebook, on your stories, on a post. Just say, hey, I'm looking at real estate investing, looking for deals. If you have a distressed property in these zip codes or this city, let me know. I'd love to look at it. I'll come correct with my offer, and I will have money behind me. So just post about it, and guess what? Your mom that saw the post doesn't have a house, but your mom liked it, and your mom liked it, so your grandma saw it, and your grandma saw it and liked it, so your grandma's friend that's getting ready to move into assisted care facility needs to sell their house because they need the money to move in, and they tell your grandma about it because your grandma tells them about it, and grandma tells your mom, and then you find out. So that's just kind of showing that putting it out there, your network will eventually get it. If you do one post about it, you're probably not going to buy a house. But if every month you're doing a post about looking for distressed properties or wanting to get in the real estate investing game, and every week you do a story about it on Facebook, you're gonna eventually get a connection that brings you a deal. Eventually, I promise. Thank you for the follow on IG up there. Instagram, TikTok, make sure you're following me on the platform. YouTube, definitely give me a follow and subscribe as well. And the third way to find deals on Facebook, and then I'll answer one more question and get on the last 2. The third way to find deals, and then we got a little more Q&A, but the third thing to do on Facebook is buy-sell groups. Go to those buy-sell groups, and sometimes people post real estate stuff on there. The buy-sell, they're huge groups where people sell everything. But post on there every once in a while that you're looking for a distressed property. The administrator will probably take it down eventually. However, who cares? Like, you didn't do anything illegal, you're not hurting anybody. Maybe you kicked out of the group, maybe you won't. But thousands of people see that post. And majority of people have no interest in that, but there's gonna be some people, if you do it enough, that have interest in that, I promise. So those are the 3 ways on Facebook. All right, then what question we got?
How would you start if you were 18 and had $100,000?
How would I start if I was 18 and $100,000? Man, I'd probably blow some of that at some interesting joints if I was 18 years old. But no, that's awesome. So what I would do, like anybody else, having that money helps, but I would connect. Go to your local Facebook groups, your local meetups, connect with other investors, talk, get to know people, because you can wholesale and fix and flip at 18. You can use your own money. You can leverage that to borrow money from a private lender or a hard money lender. Your biggest issue with rentals is going to be having a W-2 income. So if you're 18 and you want rentals and you don't have W-2 income or 2 years of it, then partner with a parent or a sibling, or somebody's older, or a friend, somebody's older that has that. You bring the money, the hard work, they bring the credit and the work history, and you can do deals together and split the profits or split the rentals. So you have a lot of different options. DM me on Instagram, I'll send you my free training. It'll apply to you for sure because it talks about all that kind of stuff. So if you don't have money, the free training will help you, but if you have money, it's literally like tomorrow, go find a deal. Either way will help you. All right, so the fourth way, and if you're just joining, I alluded to this one earlier, the fourth way to find deals we're talking about is how to find distressed properties. This is going to be saved on Instagram and YouTube, so make sure to check those out if you missed earlier. Let me know where you're from in the chat box. But the fourth way All these ways are free. These next two ways are a little bit of money, but not much. I alluded to them earlier. I'm trying to tie all this together. Are bandit signs. Not bandit like a bandit or like bandit from Bluey. Bandit signs like those little 2x3 signs, 2 feet by 3 feet signs, so 2 feet by 3 feet signs on the side of roads that say we buy houses. Those are all wholesalers, and those are all things you can do. I would suggest getting a Google number, but go buy 100 of them. It'll probably cost you $220 or something, super cheap, shipped to your house. Buy 100 of them. Put 50 of them out this weekend and 50 of them out in 3 weekends. You will 1,000% get leads, and you probably get calls from them. And other wholesalers and other agents and other investors will call you, and you're going to make connections. So it's not just a lead source, it's a connection source as well. So those signs, just we buy houses and put a Google number on there. You know, some municipalities it's legal, some it's not. You're probably not going to jail, but some of them you can put up on Friday and take down on Sunday. Some of them you can put up anytime, some of them you can't. And also, if you're an active investor, buy them and put them in the yards of your houses you're rehabbing or wholesaling, because people drive by. You just want people seeing that number as much as possible. So it's a really inexpensive way. I think dirt cheap signs is super inexpensive. I think we bought like 200 of them. I don't remember. It wasn't very much. It was $200 or around that. So it's a super good way to get to get some good, to get some good deals and leads and connections. All right. So and that's super inexpensive. The fifth way and the bonus way is driving for dollars. Who on here has a car? Who on here has a vehicle? Gas is expensive, I know, but who on here has a vehicle and drives? Thumbs up if that's what you have. All three, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, let me know if you have a car. If you have a car and you're going to your buddy's house or your girlfriend's house or your boyfriend's house or work, wherever you're going, just leave 10 minutes early and drive around. Driving for dollars is driving around looking for something that will lead to dollars, which is distressed houses. It's beautiful. I'm going to give you the free thing here in a second, but it's extremely, even though you're driving and spending money, it's an extremely efficient way to know houses you want to buy, because you drove by a neighborhood that's nice that you would like to own or flip a house in or wholesale a house in. There's 300 houses in that neighborhood. You spend 8 minutes driving that neighborhood, and if it's a house that is distressed, there's probably 1 or 2 in that neighborhood, that house is going to sell, and probably soon, to an investor. All right, it's not going to sell to a retail-ready person because it's distressed. The grass is tall. It needs money. Very few people, new home buyers, have the time, money, energy, or experience to actually, rehab, put 40 grand in their brand new house they bought. They don't have that time or energy. So these distressed houses are houses that sell. And the fact that you drove by them, you know it's distressed, you know you want to be in that area, means it's a perfect lead for you. Now, it's efficient because it's the houses you want, but it's somewhat inefficient because you have to drive around and look at a lot of houses. But if you want to be more efficient with it, here's the giveaway. Download the DealMachine app and use the code FASTERFREEDOM. Screenshot this if you want. I'll briefly talk about it, but I can explain how to wholesale or how to drive for dollars, great, but use the free trial. It's a 7-day free trial, the DealMachine app, the code FASTERFREEDOM. Cancel it in 6 days. I don't get paid anything for your free trial, but there's free deal credits. You can literally log in, drive around, track you, and you can send a ton of mail for free by clicking a button to the houses that you saw are distressed. Or you can find the phone numbers or email addresses of the houses you saw that are distressed. So spend 10 minutes before and after going to your boyfriend, girlfriend's work, drive for dollars, use the DealMachine app. It's free for 7 days. After that, I think you can get it for $20, $30 a month. If you do it every month, you're probably buying, 5 houses a year from it. If you do it literally every single month, and it'll cost you, a few $100 to have it. So it's the very inexpensive way to do it. You do have to drive around a little bit, but try it. If you like it, great. If you don't, don't. All right, so those are the 5 ways to find deals. We're not done yet, so that's a bonus. So let's do a little bit of Q&A, and then I can do a little bit more market talk. So
you're teaching, you should really open a Discord.
Yeah, I know. Did somebody say that? What else do we have on here as far as questions anybody has? I'll lean in a little bit. Got any questions? Code FastFreedom, thank you for doing that. Any questions about real estate investing? Anything else? Any questions specifically about how to invest, how to find deals, anything I talked about, and then we can get along a little bit of market chat. But that's kind of what I like doing these live. Best place to find homeowners of distressed properties. driving for dollars is a great way to do it. Find like the physical address. If you want to skip trace them, there's free people search will give you decent information. The DealMachine app has a skip trace service, a part of it that will give you a pretty accurate way to do it. There's IDI, there's batch, there's a ton of different, just Google skip tracing is what it's called, and it searches public data to get you homeowner information. You got to put in the address either by searching it online or driving by it, and then that will get you the access to that for free or super cheap.
How to do double closing?
What?
How to do double closing?
How to do double closing. So if you're going to wholesale, if you're the buyer or the seller, there's two options. It's assignment or double closing. Some states are a little bit different, but assigning is you get a property under contract to purchase for $100,000, and you assign that contract for $10K. So that means the person who bought it from you, the buyer, is paying $110,000. Buyer pays $110,000. The seller gets paid their $100,000 you got under contract for, and you get a flat exact $10,000 because they close on it, you don't, so you made $10,000 on it. They can see what you made, so if you're making $100,000, you don't want them to know it, you probably don't want to assign it. That's an assignment. A double close is you closing on the property. On the same deal, you get a property under contract for $100,000. You do a $10,000 wholesale fee, so at the closing table, the buyer pays $110,000. However, you closed on it, and a millisecond later, the other people closed on it, the buyers. You don't need money to do it. The title companies know, the real estate lawyers know that the person that's buying it, that you kind of gave the contract to, has the money, so you don't have to have credit for it. However, you close and they close. Some states have this. Some states charge for this, like a couple grand even. So depending on your state, if you did the same thing, this is what happened, but you might really take home $8K or $9K. You close on it and lose a little bit of money. The benefits are, you might have to because the state tells you to. The second thing is the seller's not going to see how much you sell it for. You're making a 50 grand spread, you want them to know, you double close on it. So, all right, Jay, get rid of YouTube. Follow me on YouTube at Sam Faster Freedom. I go live as well as drop shorts and videos every single Tuesday. Go live every Thursday. Follow me. Check out the free